Hello everyone. It's James again. And before I start today's video, I just want to briefly say, all work in this video contains 100% original content of and by myself James Smith, otherwise known as Bgood 4000, and was uniquely created with NAWMAL software, by myself James Smith. As I purchased commercial rights from NAWMAL to produce my unique and original video with this software. Commentary is uniquely my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions. Now that I have that out of the way, I do hope your day is going way better than fantastic. And your journey to self-betterment is going way better than fantastic as well. Today I wanted to add on to my last video, regarding the struggle one goes through in life when they grew up in a narcissistically abusive home, and or was narcissistically abused most of their lives. You see, I watched a video a few days ago, where the actress Christina Applegate wanted to find out more about her past, meaning what was really going on with her grandparents and her great-grandparents, simply because her father grew up without much love and in a terrible life situation that often left him confused about what really happened. Now I'm not saying his parents were narcissists at all, but they were certainly very toxic. At bare minimum, at least it appears his mother was. And I will explain more in just a moment. But at the end of this video of Christina Applegate finding out about her father's past, a past he was sadly clueless about and left in the dark about all that had happened, when she gathered the information and shared it with her father, and as he began to weep and be overcome with emotion, Christina said to her father, and this is the part that really made me think about us here in the narcissistic abuse community. She said to her father that you should be proud, that you broke the cycle of abuse, and that you did all of this by yourself and raised a wonderful family without anyone teaching him for the most part how to do so. You can tell he had so much love to give, and as a youngster wasn't getting the love he should have gotten. But he was able to move forward and still do the right things and raise his children and do what his parents were unable to do for him. And no matter if you are married or not, or if you have a family or not, here's the facts. Being a narcissistic abuse survivor, especially if you were raised in such a house with these individuals, they didn't just not provide for you the life tools for you to have a good life. They purposely hid them from you. And that takes a special kind of evil and sickness to purposely try to send you their own child down a terrible and problemed life course on purpose. What I think about is some of these kids out there on the news these days, doing some of the most horrible acts. And they have gone full psychopathic. No empathy. No remorse. No nothing. Yet, their parents claim they were raised with love. Well, I know there are exceptions to the rule, but the chances of these parents' statements being true is very, very low. Yes, mental illnesses can happen even if a child comes from a great home. And yes, they might get influenced by schoolmates to try substances they shouldn't try that can turn their entire lives upside down. But most of the time, not all of the time, but most of the time, these are parents that have purposely withheld good life advice and the tools to steer this child along a path where they can have at least a chance at having a good to decent life. And yes, they know what these tools are. They know to say, I love you and I don't want you to do this or that because of this reason and that reason. And then lead by example. By trying their best to. Maybe failing, yes, but trying their best. No. Deep down inside, these parents want their children to have problemed lives so they can feed on the pain and suffering that is caused by their actions. But it doesn't always show up like that. These narcissist parents might just prime you to end up with one narcissistic abuser after the other once you grow up into an adult. And they did so by withholding life advice and the tools to move forward. The tools to succeed. Why? Because the narcissist parent despises you and everything you are. They can see you care about the truth and what is right. They can see that when you help people it comes from your heart and soul. And it burns them up inside that you don't have an angle. That you aren't trying to always con people like they are. Which means you are an authentic human being. And they aren't. And it bugs them they can't feel like you do. However and whenever it happened to them, they don't have that same decent, kind and innocent care for others that you have. And they want to wipe it from you clean. I mean, doesn't everyone plot and try to scam their neighbor? No. No, they don't. But the narcissist wants to and wanted to turn you into such a terrible person. And that's the thing to wrap your mind around. You see, though, there are tons of people that believe the narcissist's BS. There are tons of people that don't. And they know it. And though they put up that mask and acts like it doesn't bother them, it really does. Because they know they just can't help their compulsion to rip people off and scam love from them when everything about their interactions with you and people like you are and were fake from the first day they met you. And they are envious that you are well liked. People see that you're kind and caring. And this is where the smear campaign comes into play. Because they not only want to smear your name so no one believes you if you ever ask for help when trying to escape the narcissists in your life. But the most important thing is they don't want you to enjoy to simply be you. Helpful. Kind. Caring. Sincere. They don't want anyone to ever accept you as being authentic again. The goal of the narcissist is to get everyone around you to think you are just as fake as the narcissist is. This is what they do. Put you through all of this mess and not given a single tool. But to the contrary. All the tools were hidden from you and you were metaphorically told to tie both hands behind your back and close both of your eyes, and walk backwards with the hopes of having a good life. You see in this video with Christina Applegate. She wanted to know why her father was shipped around from one person to the next and didn't have his parents in his life when he was a child. And the limited amount he had wasn't a good experience. Now again, I'm not here calling either one of his parents a narcissist. What is for sure is his mother was sadly an alcoholic. And alcoholism is brutal. And can make people lie and do all kinds of awful things in order to keep up their sickness. Well, in the court records, it appears that his mother spoke about her at that time husband as an abuser. And her being a great mother. However, the father in his paperwork talked about the mother being terrible. And in a drunken stupor at times. She stated that she was never in a drunken stupor and no such things happened. Well, Christina almost went into tears and was quite angry at her grandfather. Then towards the end of her search, she got to her grandmother's death certificate. And it said she died at the age of 33 from tuberculosis and from cirrhosis of the liver due to alcoholism. That's when Christina Applegate's face changed. Like as if she realized that her grandmother lied in her family court documents against her husband. Now the sad thing is, both things could be true. It's possible they were both abusive to each other. It's possible one was abusive and the other was not. Both people are gone and there's no way to know. And at the end, when they went to put flowers on Mr. Applegate's mother's grave, they learned the mother bought a plot for her son to be right next to her. Something he never had any knowledge of. Which made him feel like even in her troubled life, she possibly loved him. So because of the... And there are a lot of missing facts we don't know. I can't say this looks like narcissistic abuse. But what I can say is Mr. Applegate had no life tools. He had no life tools. And he created a good life for himself and his family. And this goes back to what I was talking about in my last video. And not being hard on yourself when things go bad. Just try your best. I know you all are trying your best in life. You are just fighting an uphill battle with a super late start. And the reason why is the narcissists in your life kept you from understanding and learning what life path to take. And how to take it? Now this isn't an excuse but reality. You see, Christina grew up in a pretty good home, it sounds like. Way different than the reality that Mr. Applegate experienced growing up. And as a result she was able to live a life many could never imagine. Why? Because she had help and she had love. Love is so important. And the narcissists know it. That's why they jerk it around and use it and starve us of it. Because when you feel like you are loved, you feel like you have on a turbo-boosted jetpack and you can fly. Narcissists don't want you to fly. So please, just do the best you can where you are at with what you've got at that time. That's all you can do. And if you fail, keep getting up. Even if you fail a million times, keep getting up. God is with you. And each time you get up, He's there with you. But each time you stay down, the devil smiles. Please remember that. So get up and continue to try your best. It might not be pretty. It might not look good to others. But just do your best. You weren't given the same tools as others. But where you weren't given the right tools, you will make your own tools. One thing I've noticed about those that have survived narcissistic abuse is they are resourceful. You create something out of nothing. Don't be hard on yourself for the lack in the things you've created. Just be happy and proud you are creating. Well, that's all I have for today. I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.